Hey. Aaron Wolverson. Great to see you, buddy. How are you? How's the form? Hope you're well, pal. Good to see you, brother. Ain't that? Good to see you. Take a little side cut. Or short cut. I wonder what they're using this building for. Where's the Molewood Street's 2 left away. We'll be there in a sec. Sleeping bags. No. Oh, yeah, you already? Oh, sorry, how are you?
So far, so good.
Yeah, good man. Sorry. That's good, Aaron. Perfect. Search it. Morning, good morning, good morning. We're just about there. Thanks, Saoirse. Thank you, Saoirse. 2 flags ahead of us there. Hey, Irish. Alright, buddy. All good, how are you? Over here. What here? Hey, Paul. Alright. There's Paulie. Sorry, Paul, alright, buddy. There are the boys on their bikes. See if this crowd picks up or whatever today, or what's going on. At least there's a few here, I suppose, you know. And we all know this government needs to fucking go. See, I hope you're all well and see how this goes today. Any other boys around? There's Christy. Sorry, Christy. Sorry. Alright, yeah, how are you? I need to get your number, Christy. So, everyone welcome into the chat. This is here. Hey, alright. How are you? All good. Hiya, Paul. Sorry. Alright. Huh?
I'm only staying an hour because of the collect your granddaughter.
Yeah. There's Frank.
Showing up a bit.
Yeah.
No.
I know, yeah. Hey, Frank. Alright, brother, how are you? Hey, alright. All good. I hate doing it with my left hand. I do. Feels weird, it does.
You see, I'm left-handed, so...
You're alright, Paul, yeah. You're alright. Familiar faces are here. Yeah, it's a crazy world, alright. Good song. I heard it bleeding stilt into my head after the last 7 days over in O'Connell Street. Fucking, I struggled the last few nights trying to get my head down like to sleep. I missed everything. And I have my cap on me today for the farmer that took his own life. Rest in peace. Poor man and family. Condolences. Oh yeah, we have the cap on for him. So we have the farmer cap. We don't call it the peaky today, it's the farmer cap. In respect of the farmers.
Stop! Should be ashamed of yourselves! Fucking wankers!
See zooming in on there, look at him.
Oh, yeah.
Looking for me, are you? Bevins, it's a protest outside the government buildings in Dublin, Ireland. People have had enough. They want their government gone. Want them out of here. Hey, you got a new bike, have you, Christy? New bike, Christy?
Got me on one stone, I told you.
Chopper.
Huh?
Yeah, that was...
I'm getting the exact same one now, I'm coming.
Yeah,
Exact same one again.
Okay, I was talking to your man who makes them. That apparently is it that one? No, different bike.
No, it's brand. That's the way
Spanking.
that's the way it comes out of the factory.
Yeah.
This is not made up.
Okay.
I know the fitter.
Yeah.
Did they go?
They went that way, they did. They went that way, Christy. Good to see you, buddy. Hey, Morta, how's it going? Welcome to the chat, buddy. I can see this is the crowd for now. What time is it? 12 o'clock nearly. And you have all adjacent streets and that are all blocked down. There's police at every one of them. Not as heavy as it was the other day. And do you remember the other protests? And they had the big huge barriers. It was like a ramp for you to walk up into, like a wheelchair ramp. Like if farmers have tractors and stuff, surely they would have put that out for their protest there the other day. But anytime there's a national protest, well, 15 to 50 people, they have all the heavy fucking tack out. But they didn't use it, they didn't the other day. They just had them poxy fucking steel barriers that a trucker or whatever would drive through. So that again didn't make sense to me either. The different tactics on different protests, you know. Just thought I'd add that. Yeah, Irish Patreon in the chat. It's brilliant, it is. Brilliant. There's some people that are at it a while and you do need a lift now and again, you know. Not that you'd ever stop at it. But it's good to see more people getting involved. Plenty of colour, plenty of flags. See what I mean? Like these things, these were used. Whereas the other protests, you have these big huge things with the ramps and all. How it's to portray a certain thing, as you know, about different type of people who are protesting. It doesn't seem to be working anymore. I showed just the eye that day, didn't I? It's up there. A little bit of sunshine as well coming out now, folks, so hopefully it's a good day. Safe. But like, as I said to someone the other day, like there's no one actually in this building today. They don't sit on a Friday. Hey, yeah. They don't sit on a Friday. Hopefully more people just keep coming and coming.
No cards for me, no.
Thanks. It's in my pocket. It's in my pocket. Haven't seen that man in a while, LB audits. Haven't seen that man in a while. There's the sunshine. I think I've one extra too many layers on me here now. If it keeps going like that. Back again. Many trolls. I don't think so. Hey, Dogman, didn't see you there. Good morning, Paul. How are you? Yeah, it's now up to the people, Vic. We need boots on the ground now. Everyone to support it. Everyone. And if we don't, then we're done. This is our chance. Huge chance here to get these out.
If there's even
Hey, Lockery. How are you, my man? We're at it again. Nice rest yesterday. Brought Henrik down to the beach. Down to Sandymount. Had a look at that now big huge apartment tower, the block where Clonagale Fontenoy is. There's There's another building. There's building sites everywhere. There's another building site on the corner where the Star Shop is, where you get the stationery, all the pens and pencils and all. There's big scaffolding around that as well. There was yesterday. We had a great day. Switched off. The beach wasn't too great now, but Henrik loved it. We had a great day for around an hour and a half down there. Needed a break. Needed to chill out. Part of the blame for the unrest. The world wouldn't be in this situation. Trump are going to have. That's the main. Like, everything's connected now. Everything. That's all the markets and all this fucking blockchain stuff. Everything is connected. The switch was in. There's no relation to them running your bleeding lives, telling you what to eat. No. We all know that. There he is now, there he is now. I told you, none of you are wearing them for our respect. Our respect for the farmers, 420. Ah, Pat, what's the story, brother? How are you doing? Give us a hug there, brother. How are you? Alright?
Depressed again with this crowd.
I know, Pat. What do you do? We can just keep showing up, and if the more come, well then, the stars over there, it's John Malloy over there. Hey, brother, how are you? All right.
Again,
all good. Yeah, non-stop. We never stop. That's the motto.
We can.
Yeah, never. We never stop. I'll take in all the crowfish there. So the no coat of confidence vote. Yeah. Huh?
Pause that for a second.
Pause it, I'm live.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
No, I want to chat with you.
Okay, really. Make sure you catch me, yeah? Make sure you catch me. Hey, Mousy. Wants to give me some information, maybe? Yeah, Mousy's here. Looks like he's live. 420's here. Looks like he's live. LB Audits is here. I can't see anybody else. This man is always here. There you are again. You're a trooper, mate. Yeah. Alright, brother. This man is. Everywhere I go, I see this man. Relentless. Fair play to you. Alright, thanks. Be safe, brother.
I can see
I hear Brian. Shouting for the place to be burned down. This guy.
Don't forget that. Sorry, guys, for about 50 years. This is the result now. Paying us for those photographs, yeah?
Pollock stuff.
What's our back?
He's been at every event, taking pictures of people. Every event. I hear speakers. Yeah. What's this, Chrissy? All the speaker and sound equipment? Yeah, they're all getting all the speakers set up. All getting set up. Alright, buddy. How are you? Alright? Yeah. Thanks. Hey, John. How you doing? Good. Alright. How's good? I think I'll just call him.
You're going to have to find me because I saved you for you since last week.
Who are you? Am I safe?
Yeah, no, you're safe.
I'm not to be fucking...
Are you hiding me, Eddie?
I can't find that one.
Hold on, I'm just doing something here.
All I do is you that's what you say. I fucking tried that now. I can find you.
Alright. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Ah, nice one, nice one. Ah, nice one. Couldn't find me online. What's he coming down this end for? Kind of check the van, is he, to make sure there's no devices. They're all kosher guard, yeah? All good. Huh? Who owns the van? I don't know. There's a bike for you there now, folks. Anyone want a bike?
What's going on?
You want to buy a bike? That's the guy in the wheelchair saying that now. Fair play to you, man. Off he goes.
Search him there, folks. Search him on the bike. Make sure there's no weapons on him. It's okay for them to search us, but it's not okay for us to search them.
Yeah.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Get over here and we'll search it.
Come on, Paul. Come on, Paul.
Tell them.
There's a few I can feel it's getting a bit. More people are out there driving that. Go to the back of it and we'll be out of it. Let's dive it. Nice big flag. That's the bulk of the crowd at the moment. I think, are they searching people again, are they? Like, all of this is fucking illegal. To search them. This is what you have at the right at the back.
What's that?
Hey, dog man, there's a mousey bike. Yeah, you got himself a bike, didn't you? Electric bike. Haven't seen him on it yet, no. But it's handy for him. You don't know, with the ground you can cover, like, especially if he brings on the Lewis for him. Dead handy. Did I miss anybody there? BBB, there you are, brother. How are you?
The boys on there.
They're trying to melt them on now. This is what they do.
Yeah.
Alright, buddy. We'll watch the watchers. We'll watch the watchers. What's the story, John? Any update you're on?
Loads of updates.
Go ahead.
All forthcoming, right?
Yeah.
Grab that lead there, John.
Let's get this stuff out of here first. Get up
We only hit
stage up here.
Yeah.
Remember, guys, you can't hit one. Just give us a few minutes and we'll be back up there. Yeah, go ahead.
Should I get that speaker system set up? Oi, oi. You up there, lad? Stand in the sunshine. Nice and warm here. Spliff 420. Look the name. Welcome to the chopper out. Welcome to the chat. Yeah. The watchers. Another copper down there. Fabulous job. Alright. Plenty of flags. Now see, what do we see here today? Flagpoles. Flagpoles. Hey Lizzie, I just make that out. I think I can see that's Lizzie. Yeah. Chantal Berg, there you are. How are you? Oh, welcome into the chat. Thanking you. Thanks for the support. I'm trying to get this information out there. No helicopter, no RT helicopter today either. Yet. Vincent. Oi, oi. There's 420 going by me there.
And a handy. I have the other one as well, the standy up one.
Starry Paul Yari. All fits. All fits. You must be going live, I'd say, on the Gale Force News. People just stand on the footpath here as well. I say, there she is up there. There she is up there, folks. There she is. Get them out shouts. Get them out shouts. Scooters.
You barely remember my own name.
I've got a very responsible job, you know, today.
What's their job today, Pat?
Looking after 420's umbrella.
Okay.
I got sacked from the auditing. You're not an auditor.
Hey, there's room with me, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
We need loads of roamers. That's Pat. I met Pat in some of you know Pat obviously from the comment sections now, but I've actually met Pat. I'll tell you what, he's a lovely man. Hey, yeah, sorry. He's a gentleman, he is.
Is this an illegal blockade?
Yeah, exactly. The chap just said to me there, this is an illegal blockade. Exactly, it's illegal. There we go, a bit of music now. This is what we like. Get the blood flowing.
What do you call it?
Get that spirit going. Ignite the flame. Rise the phoenix.
What are you doing here? What are you doing here?
Ah, look. There's all the girls from hey, sorry.
Oh my God, it's Aslan Crazy Bird.
They want Crazy World. Hey, yeah, alright. They're looking for Crazy World again.
I know everything.
Hey, yeah. Hey, Francis. Hi, how are you? All good. All good. Hanging in there. Hey there. There's a few more people now after we're arriving. We're going to have a bit of a party atmosphere now with the music on. Bump up the jam. So you have all the music on that side. They'll be building. I'm going to have a little chat. Still more people coming. How about where the atmosphere is? There you go. I can tell, but you're having to pop and wave to get through people, so that's how we can tell if there's more people coming. All good. How good to see you, man. Oh, yes. Still setting up for the stage now going here. Hey, how are you? Alright, you go ahead there. Good to see you. Hey, how are you? How are you? You alright? And your flags. Hello, how are you? Alright? All good?
Good to be here. What's your name?
Same, DC. Barry, pleasure meeting you, man. Boycott, boycott, boycott. And so there's plenty of green, white and orange. Plenty of it. Here's another couple with more flags. So the people are still coming. Hopefully the weather stays like this. People make it. Even anybody. Hey, how are you? Alright? All good? If you're on your lunch break and you're watching on around the streets close to here, get your ass around here. for some support. So sorry, Derek. All right. Hard at it. One of my mates. They're all starting to come out of the woodwork now. They are. Thanks, Roberto. Welcome into the chat. Yeah, very few trolleys.
Next election.
Thanks, dogs.
Alongside the fucking history is what they're doing.
Alongside the history. Yeah, it's starting to get a bit squashy in here now. More people have arrived. More people have arrived. There goes the back of it again. Sorry. Sorry, man. The manners, that's what I find when I'm at these groupings, gatherings. You get all the manners the way you were all brought up. He's on your phone, is he? Get them out, Rail fan. Anthony Watson. Welcome to the chat. Mega Crywater. Dave Tobby. How is? I think it's after morning. Yeah. Or maybe morning for you, so I don't know. Good morning, what's it? I can't think of the saying in the movie. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Okay, go.
Tommy Lloyd.
I met a little girl and I stopped to talk. My glass off to the eye. I asked her, what's a fella have to do? Because I had your eyes are blue. And then I was like that. I could tell her the world. And I was somewhere talking to the golden girl. Oh,
party atmosphere at the front. That's the story. Paddy, all right, brother. How are you? Good, man. Good. Paddy Frank. Pat. Yeah, right here. What's the story? Oh, same. We're going to hit the park after this, aren't we?
Yeah. Big up everybody in the chat. We're back again, and we're not finished yet. Not while we have breath in our body.
Welcome back.
Not while we have breath in our body where we leave these cunts. The rats in that rat's nest in there. Vermin. Nothing more than vermin. Destroying the Irish people.
Yep. Still setting up this stage.
Hit the like button, folks. Hit the like
We
button.
would have done that in 3 minutes. Yeah.
Probably less.
Bigger stage at that as well. That and marquees and all that sort of stuff. Something we used to do.
Did you?
Yeah. Setting up stages with all the fucking scumbag buildings, JP Morgan and all, they'd be doing their meetings and all, you'd have to do stands or fucking
All
stages
these,
like that and all, you know.
Metal and all them boys.
Yeah, but it all just connects together, like I'd say it's more to do with the electrical side of it, what's taking that time, like.
Alan's a great speaker, so he is.
Yeah.
How are you? All right.
Where's my friend?
Henrik, is that how he is?
I see my leg. When I was rubbing him that time, he jumped up on me, got me bruise on my leg.
No way.
What happened here was it the dog?
He's a bruise.
The dog bruised me.
Henrik gave her a bruise. Hello, Henrik. Oh, it's getting tougher to walk around here. Oh, Woody, I love the flag.
You know where? You got a lend of that.
Keep it.
Isn't it?
Yours now.
Sorry, love, you alright?
He's at home with my father, Vic. He had a great day yesterday. I brought him down to Sandymount Beach for a couple of hours. He loved it, he did. Hey, Trasha, how are you? Alright? Good to see you. How was it?
Yeah. Try and find Brian now. I want to do my
Brian, he was up in the middle there, I think. He was there, I could hear him. That's where he's situated. A few of the girls are over on the left as well. Alright? Yeah, had a great day, Vic. Had to chill out, take a break, rest everything up, and go again. We had people stopping. We were down in a section where you can look down onto the sand, and there was people there watching. They'll be on the phone. It depends what area you're in as well, but they'll be on the phone if you take the muzzle off or whatever, you know, or even the fact he wasn't on the lead on the beach. If these busybodies, you know, so they'll have to wait till they disappear and then take the muzzle off them and let them run free, like a real dog. But you had a great day, we did. Siobhan Murphy from Killock, Alan Best, welcome in, buddy. How are you? How are you, Siobhan? So it's the same as the other protests of that day. The party are here and just people gathering. Well, what are you doing? Like, are you going to stay here forever? That's what you're going to need to do and let people add to it. You can't just stay here for 2 hours and then go home. Like, so, I don't really. Hey! Hey! Doesn't like you, Pat.
He's not happy about it either.
He doesn't like you, Pat. Police dog he is. Smell in your pockets. Nearly there, lads. Alright, how are you? Alright. Nearly there, nearly there. Yeah, big. There's a big branch for him I had. And my little survival kit that I bought online came in handy. It's like a saw. You put the two rings in your right and left hand, and you went to work over in the little tree area. You got him a great stick. One of me people do be laughing at me with my survival kits and my soul are in my bag and that. Fucking comes in handy. Comes in handy. Oh, despises. Despises. We have certain words that can be used for certain entities, Vic. Just don't tell anybody the words. It's not stay or sit. Reverse and numerous. Welcome to the chat. See, that's where he was parking for, see?
She's named.
Gonna have a little nibble on the pub.
After Bobby Sands.
Lovely, there's the dog. What's his name?
Lucy Sands.
Lucy Sands. Her name, yeah. There's Lucy Sands.
I got her on the 5th of May. A new died 5th of May and I gave her to Bobby Sands. So I figured it'd be wrong to get your dog on the 5th of May and not call her to Bobby Sands.
100%.
Yeah.
Alright, man, thanks. See you later, Lucy. Oh, not frightened, Lucy. Dogs of war. We'll go over here because might be ready. Just rambling, Vic. Just rambling. Leave it out. I haven't had a cigarette yet, so.
Get them out! Get them out! Get them out! Get them out!
Muppets!
Get them out for me, I'll get them.
Muppets!
Alright, buddy.
Thought there was alcohol.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much. No, we haven't. I haven't had any of them problems as yet. Not as many.
I'm the same, man. When I see nothing,
No. As you can see, we're not taking the flagpoles today. More people. Hey, Harry, how are you, Harry? He's ready.
Did you know he's...
Yeah, all right, Vic. Paul getting in the kisses here, yeah, woman. Gonna kiss him on the cheek. Give it out, Paul. Chopping the tongue, he was. Coldy cold. Don't put your hand in a load of nettles, Vic. That's what I always do. Especially if I start sneezing over the 2 to 3 day period. Just go out and find a bush of nails and just fucking get your hands stuck into it there. Guarantee you, at the end of the day, it'll be bright as rain. Yeah, man. Our chemist is our garden, brother. Here's a man that does it and can verify that it does the job. Taking a shot from Ireland, Scotland, America, Japan and Mexico at the same time. That's stuff. There's Lucy again.
Yeah. I got her on the 5th of May.
Seems to be another little lull.
I'm not a...
Yeah. Ian since early, are you?
For me, just half 11. Just
Half 11.
You know, just get in there, just at least stay the area, you know.
Yeah.
So, he's showing me face, you know.
So this is it, like, what do you have to make of all this?
Okay?
What do you make of this?
I think it's good the youth are starting to come out with us. That's what we're saying on the live there, that the youth is coming out. Finally the youth are waking up. They're saying what's happening to their families, what's happening to the younger siblings, and they're coming out, as I said, 14 and 15 years of age upwards. They need to be coming out, because that's the end. Their younger siblings, they need to be protecting them. More important is their parents, their fathers especially, need to be getting out of that pub and coming here on the street and fighting for their rights, fighting for their fair existence. Because at the end of the day, with this government in charge, there is no future for the children. You know, and that's what we need. We need every parent to get out and fight for their children's rights, for their future.
Come on,
That's what
pal.
we need.
Good man. Good old Paul. That was a good man. Never backs down. Hey. Meetings and meetings and meetings.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank everybody who turned up here today to support this protest. This protest is an anti-government protest. It's against the government policy that are crushing the working man and woman in Ireland. They have a housing crisis that they don't want to fix. Instead, they're bringing more people in to fill these houses that are getting built ahead of the Irish people.
It's going to be quiet for a minute, yeah?
I live in Drogheda, and in the 2 week run up to Christmas, there was 24 council houses handed out to 24 non-Irish families. Not one Irish family got a key of a house in Drogheda.
There you go.
And they're building flat out.
Beside me, he's ringing the
As the houses go up,
I think he's gone off.
there's people that are in this country, and the government, from their own stats, have admitted to the people that 90% of them will not pass their asylum applications. So why are we paying for 9 out of 10 people that have no right to be here? Because I have to work. I, like many others here. Now I took, you're going to see the lefties now later on looking at these videos and saying dole heads and saying unemployed. Like, the lefties are actually unemployable, and that's why the lefties join NGOs. NGOs are supposed to be non-government organisations.
Hey, Bridget.
60% of the NGOs in this country are lobbying groups. They go and they push their policies on the government, and then the government pushes the NGO policies back on the working man and woman of this country. Now, there was a tragedy from one of our blockade protesters who was on O'Connell Street last week.
Yeah.
And, you know, that could be only the start of it. I know a lot of businessmen, a lot of hauliers, a lot of coach companies are really, really struggling at the minute. The fuel has gone up, but they're in contracts with schools. They can't raise their fares. And that's the reality of it. That government in there sent away 784 million last year to foreign aid. Foreign aid. And when they gave the 250 million to the truckers and the hauliers and the farmers and the rest of us, that actually equates to only 2 cents at the pumps. They took 17 cents off in a 250 million deal, and within a week and a half, that 17 cents had gone up by 19 cents. So then they took another 10 cents off, and they think that we're supposed to be grateful. It's our money that they're spending. I don't go out to work to pay a migrant's rent. I go out to pay my own rent. I go out to pay my own living expenses. And I do not agree to my taxes going on IPAS accommodation.
Foreign countries.
And then I spoke up on O'Connell Street last Saturday, and I actually got ridiculed and attacked by one of the truck drivers who I was there to support. I worked all week last week, and as soon as I finished work on Friday, I went home and had a wash. I jumped on the train and I came in. I didn't get home till after midnight, and I was back in Dublin at 10:30 the next morning. And I warned the crowd. I warned the crowd that the guards might be all chatty and friendly with them all week, but as soon as they get their orders, and by the second time I went on the microphone, they had gotten their orders in Whitegate, and they were pepper spraying, they were battening, they were corralling, and they were assaulting the Irish public. Now, there's a chap here, PJ, I'm going to get him up to say a few words. He was a medic in Whitegate last week, and he'll have a lot more information on what went on down there. It was absolutely disgusting. It's 110 years since the Irish government turned the army on its own people, and 110 years later they did it again. Nobody signs up for Oleg Naharan to turn on their own people. And I don't know what the crack is with getting into the guards now. Do you have to be a Freemason? Because as far as I can see, they've no moral compass. They've no empathy. No empathy with the working person. And we seen that with Garda Gillian O'Donoghue driving down to Cork with her husband last week. And she called us wankers, spastics, scumbags. And she'd love to punch us in the face. That is a servant Garda in Killarney Garda Station. And if she thinks that way, what's to make us think that all of the others don't think the same way?
They all think
their actions.
You know, I'm just sick of being treated as less than in my own country. We are treated. We're treated as less than the people that shouldn't be here. We're treated as less than the people across in that building. None of them in that building are any better than us. And everybody that goes into politics goes in with the best of intentions. And as soon as they join a party and they're told what way the whip works, they have lost their own autonomy. They're just part and parcel of a machine. And that machine is here to crush us. But we're here today to let that machine know we will not be beaten. We will not be broken. We won't be bribed. We won't be blackmailed. And we will keep turning up. And it's important that we turn up to events like this, just to show solidarity with each other. I noticed when I'm looking around the crowd here, right? And last week when I looked around the crowd, how many of our coloured arrivals were there to support us in a fuel strike? None.
With Irish passports?
None. They've Irish passports all right, and they'll flash them in the welfare office. But they won't come up here and stand with the Irish people that are welcoming them into their country, even though 9 out of 10 of them are not really welcome. It goes to show that the government policy at the minute is more to do with granting citizenship to economic migrants. So they'll drive the wages of every man and woman that's working in Ireland down. They will drive the wages down. And I said this before, the Minister for Justice, Jim O'Callaghan, when he came out about 6 or 7 months ago, and he admitted that some of the I-Pass residents were in employment, and he said they may be asked to contribute in a year's time. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. Free accommodation, free laundry, free food, free money, and absolutely no contribution back to the people that's helping you. That's what I see. So I'm going to ask PJ to get up here. He was a medic in Whitegate, and he'll fill you in on exactly what went down, hour by hour, minute by minute. Thanks very much for everyone for turning up.
Nice one.
Éireann go bragh. God bless you.
Hello folks, how are you? Hello guard, with the old arms folded there, you're paying attention. And do pay attention because this is the state of our country. I'm 55 years of age. I was a medic abroad. I was a nurse for 20 years here. I'm retrained as a blacksmith now. That's a bit of a journey. Right? I'm living in North Cork. Anthony Kelleher, that was the organiser of Whitegate, that was the first truck to come in, was a great buddy of mine. I knew on Friday Anthony had no medical help. I got on a train on Saturday because we have an autistic son at home who's got a peg tube in nappies, non-verbal, and fathers here in this country don't get acknowledgement for the carers' work they do, and partners of people, and people are soldiering alone. And I got on that train and I went down to Whitegate and got through 4 checkpoints and 3 barricades. I'm not going to tell you how that happened, but thank you, Bus Éireann. But I got in there, and what I feared happened. 2 guards lost the run of themselves and started spraying pepper spray during a hard push from the public order unit, which could have caused untold damages to people, where 200 people were pushed back through a place between 2 tractors that was 4 feet wide, where they wanted you to go running backwards, but there was people being crushed. They kept that on that day until they drew a straight line straight across the protests and pushed them back. Pushed their fellow countrymen back. Where they fucking pushed them and shoved them and bait them, and one man got pulled from a tractor and he got fucking kicked and fucking stamped on. And this is the Gardaí who are the guardians of peace in our country. These are the people, the preserve of law and order, turning their fists and their boots on us. 100 years just over since we took this country back after 800 years of misery, hardship, emigration and death. And what have we got now? The old fucking house that was in the Lord Lieutenant's is now got a new Lord Lieutenant from Turner's Cross in fucking Cork. Micheál Martin, that I sat opposite the Board of Management in Cork RTC when as a fresh TD he was. He fell asleep during Board of Management meetings. He was fucking useless then. He's fucking dangerous now. The deal that he announced was not a deal. It was a closed sectional instruction. A closed sectional instruction given by fucking Europe to stop us linking up with the French farmers. Came from Ursula von der Leyen. He had to get EU approval for that deal. They spent less in that deal, 505 million this tranche, and if you want to put in the other 250, we'll even give them that. They spent less than what they spent, 725 million on account for inflation, than what they spent saving RTE. That fucking cesspit government mouthpiece. They think more about a fucking television station and a radio station than they do about you, all of us. That's what they think. That's more important. The IRHA went in there and the IFA and they did a deal for the biggest lads in the IRHA and the IFA. They didn't do it for the small farmer, the small agricultural contractor, the local rural business person, all of you urban and rural putting petrol and diesel into your cars, the carers taking care of the elderly, the pensioners on fixed income, the people that are fucking running to stand still, and now the weakest are falling by the side, as we saw with that poor man, and I had a report of a second one, so it's now doubled. Folks, A couple of businesses by me are now pulling up shutters. What we saw in 2008 when our youth left this country to go to Australia, to New Zealand and to Canada, where girls as nurses and teachers went to Dubai, when our men went mining out Queensland, when they went to Canada logging, when they were working in factories abroad, and we knew they never came home. We had country wakes every week in North Cork. We're going to see the same up to the end of this year, where our youth is going to empty. In North Cork, we are literally lacking 80% of our 30 to 45-year-olds. They're gone. What are left at 20%, we're going to see half of them go. We're not fools. We've seen this before. We're realists. And that deal that was done behind interest, the IRHA and the IFA never stood up for the representatives put forward by the truckers and the rest of the lads on the front fucking line. They never spoke up for them. They closed the door for Micheál Martin. And they came out with a deal that was absolutely useless. In this country, we gave 125 million to Ukraine in the last while. We're told there's no money for mental health services. Helen McEntee fucked off to Ukraine with 40 million in her purse in her back pocket. Yet children strangled with scoliosis. 98% of the new bills last year, lads, of all the houses in this country were bought by industrial landlords. 2% went on the open market for your sons and daughters and nephews and nieces and brothers and sisters to fight over to buy. Because the only other option is industrial fucking landlordism and the likes of Irish. And what do? They're owned and bought by fucking stockholders, and they export the profits abroad. Circle K, who came down with a fucking truck to Whitegate. Who owns Circle K? Circle K is owned by a Canadian teachers' pension fund. When you fill up at Circle K, you send the profit straight off to Canada. Are you aware of that? Now, there you go. And Micheál Martin is glad to do business with these people. He fucking berated Lowry like a maniac while he was in opposition. But now Lowry's his good friend. And we saw how good a friend he was this week when he turned around and marshalled the troops. We had the two fucking rats from Kerry that I know personally jump fucking ship before they were pushed in the next election. And I can tell you this much, lads. They will hold fucking tight. They think they will hold tight. What we need to do, every fucking parish, every county, every province,
every day,
we need to play their games against them. On the evening after the deal, every TD came out. Fianna Fáil, Fianna Gael, Fianna Fáil, Fianna Gael. Support the deal, support the deal. We're wonderful, we're brilliant. That's what we got. Carefully curated Instagram and Facebook posts from them. And they're telling us that they're representing us. They're representing you by taking off their boot and putting a slipper on to put it down on your fucking neck, is what they're doing. That's what they're doing. They are emptying rural Ireland. They are making urban Ireland impossible to live in, where you can't find a house. When you do find a house, you can't afford to furnish it or buy food for your own bloody children. They are making it so impossible that they are driving us back to the days of Prince John in England. And I can tell you this much, folks, what we need is a few Robin Hoods. That's what we need. And every single one of you is a Robin Hood. Every single one of you, by saying nothing, lets them win. It only takes a few good men to say nothing for evil to succeed. Every single one of you will talk to 4 people today. You will tell those 4 people to talk to 4 people. All of you lads down there in front of me, you will all do this live and put this fucking out. And you will take this message to every bloody corner continent of this world. We spent 800 years fighting. We got off one knee last weekend in Whitegate, and that was just us. All of you can get off a knee as well. All of you can come forward, stand up, make right in this country. Have it so that we have a system, like Chris was saying, where the money that's paid, there is accountability. Where even, for example, that we have recall for our TDs. If he proves to be a cunt that we've elected, then we'll pull him back and fuck him out.
That's it, that's
there we
it.
go.
Exactly.
There we go. Very easy.
Exactly.
Accountability. And we'll do it with councillors. And we'll do it with the fucking lot. We'll do fundamental fucking change, root, branch, every part of review of it. Because I can tell you this much. There is money pouring out of that place like what's pouring down the Liffey in water. It is going to every section except where it's supposed to go. I'm waiting for respite for our son for 9 months now. I'm taking it to the High Court. We've had one night off in 9 years for a wedding. I'm glad I made that wedding because we lost a friend shortly thereafter. I sat down with a friend of mine, he works with the UN, but he's one of our own. Dr. Damien McSweeney, he's watching this out from Bulgaria. Hello Max, how you doing? And lads, we sat down over a bottle of poutine in North Cork one night, and we counted 41 people in this country that we knew, he knew, and I knew, that had committed suicide. And it's a scourge. And it is going to get worse. People are running to stand still. I'm urging you, I'm urging everyone that's seeing this, stand up, come forward, be there, fight! Because without it, we might as well fucking roll over, lads.
Well, you're up there. Fair play to you.
Now, I think the tablets have kind of worn off a bit. So I'm going to pass it back to Alan there. He knows what he's doing. He just asked me. I asked him for permission. He gave me permission. Thank you for listening to me.
Well said.
It has been one of the most proudest moments in my life.
Stand with you, brother.
I'm going to hand you over to John Malloy just briefly there. He wants to make an announcement.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all doing? I normally stand down there, but I'm going to stand up here for a second. Okay, my name is John Malloy. Some of you out there know who I am. I represent not just myself, but I represent a group of people called the Risen People. The reason why I'm here today is just for myself, and I want to express my feelings of what happened over these last few days. And I want you to join me in something in 1 second, if you will. A few days ago, after protests that were on here in Dublin, a young man down the country went to himself and thought, I've had enough. He fought battles in his own head. We all fight battles. Now, that young man, from what I can gather, wasn't actually involved directly up here in Dublin, but indirectly as a farmer, the government put pressure on him. And as a young man, where he wanted to try and succeed, in his own head he was failing. He wasn't failing, the government was failing him. And at this moment in time, that family of that young man is now grieving his departure from this earth. So on behalf of myself and on behalf of everybody here, I want to express our sincere sympathy to that young man's family, to his farming friends, to the family friends, to the communities around where he is, and from the communities that are standing up here today fighting the battle for him. I'd like you all to join me in a One Our Father and 3 Hail Marys, if you don't mind, to help that young man's soul pass on up to heaven and up to the arms of angels, where they will look after him, and hopefully God will come down and look after his family, because they're going through torture. So if you wouldn't mind, join me on that. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day
as we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death.
May his soul and all the souls of the faithful departed rest in peace. Amen.
Peace, amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce two friends of mine. Thank you. I'd like you to allow me to introduce two friends of mine up on stage in 1 second, because today I've asked, a good few people have asked, that we put together a petition, a hard copy petition of signatures of the people of this country that are anti-government and that is against everything that those crowd up there are pushing on us. We employ these people to look after us. It's time to sack them. Get them out! Get them out! To continue that one, we have a president. Yeah, we have. So I've been told we have. Now, maybe it's a rumor, but I've been told there's a president up there in the White House in the Phoenix Park. Am I wrong? Okay. But that president was selected, was not elected by the people of this country.
He's a ghoul.
And that president, by rights, should be standing up for each and every one of you as well. That president has a constitutional right to stand up for you people. We are signing a hard copy petition. We also have a letter which will be read out for you in English and Ascalia in 2 minutes, that we're actually putting it in envelope. We're sealing it with the petitions as we gather them, and we're giving that to her by hand, not by courier, not by email, by hand in her gate. And we're asking her to address this. Her failure to address this will be detrimental to her being up in that office. Because the next thing we will do as a nation, if they don't listen to us, and if she doesn't listen to us, well, you all know the answer.
Yeah, that's it.
So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Fiona and Deborah, or Dee.
I'll help her out now.
Where is...
Jesus. He was playing watching her climbing.
Where is Deborah? Deborah! Call Winter. Where are you? We should wait her grand entrance. God bless her.
Went around the steps. Went around the steps.
Yeah.
Went around the steps and step out on the step.
So you're gonna... Go there.
Can you read out the Irish with the steps here?
All right, pass. All right, good. Yeah, I'm good. So these girls here are going to talk.
Hey, that Mike and all working for our John there, yeah? John.
Hold that there.
Come on, Paul.
Oh, sorry.
John.
Yeah, Keith. Now asking. Just fire them. Any one of them open their mouth, just fuck them in the lippy.
Get them out! 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 Traitors!
Hey.
Fucking traitors!
How are you?
Line to the best. It just needs to be, okay?
Mike's gone again. There you go. Try it now.
Hello?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Aoife.
Hello?
Be more than that, I would be giving them.
Goodness is thought you've all got here, you. Fiona Ní Bhfuilnas Anam done, August Tommy Con Litter done on Ultron, Ultros Leavenish, O Nadina O Era. Hi, my name is Fiona Mills. I'm going to read a letter in English. The Irish version seems to have gone missing. And it's basically from We the People to the President of ERA with regards to our constitutional rights. Okay, I'm going to start with Article 43 of An Bunreacht 1937, which states a copy of An Bunreacht will be held, a true copy of An Bunreacht will be held in evidence in the Supreme Court in case of conflict between the Irish and English text. The Irish text shall prevail. And so far, every constitution this government is stepping all over. Our constitution protects us from EU laws. It trumps EU law. So the EU law means nothing in this country once we start to actually, not the blue book, the blue book is missing a shite load of articles, whereas the yellow book has all 63 articles in it. In 1939, Fianna Fáil went into the Dáil when Germany invaded Poland and decided to fraudulently change the constitution. Okay, but the true copy is still held intact, no amendments, no statutes, no nothing on it in the Supreme Court. And this is what our Article 1 in the Constitution of Bunreacht tells us what we can do with regards to our government. 1, 2 and 6. Right, there's a load of other ones, but these are the prominent ones. Also, there's a letter that's written by the people of ERA for Catherine Connolly, are meant to be sitting president. Obviously, she has been hidden and has not spoke. With all the pain and hurt that's going on in this country, with the way we the people are being treated. Now, I am not far right, far left, diddly squat. I am an Irish woman, an Irish living woman. I am not a dead person. I do not go under maritime law. I'm not a mermaid. And I do not go under corporate law. I go under God's law. And our Constitution states it's under God's law we live. Okay, the letter in English. We the people of ERA, the 17th of April 2026. To President Catherine Connolly, Orison Uachtaráin, Phoenix Park, Dublin 8. We the Irish people are finished watching your government, destroy our country. While 17,308 of our own Irish men and women and children, including thousands of kids, are homeless and sleeping in tents on our streets. You roll out the red carpet for foreigners. They get free houses, free money, free medical cards and priority health care, while our own people are left waiting in pain and sleeping rough. Our young Irish people cannot afford to buy houses or even rent a decent home in their own country. They are trapped living at home in tiny box rooms, unable to start their lives, while foreigners are housed before them. This is heartbreaking. Our young nurses and talented young people in general, all educated with the Irish taxpayers' money, are being forced to leave their homeland in their thousands. They go to Australia, Canada, elsewhere for better wages and for a decent life, because this government has made it impossible for them to build a future here. Over 6,500 nursing posts set empty as a direct result. Instead,
You bring in the staff from third world who don't know our ways. This isn't care for Ireland. This is putting foreigners before our own flesh and blood. This is treason against the Irish nation. You stayed silent while Gardaí physically abused peaceful protesters during a fuel protest. Ordinary Irish people were roughed up, pepper sprayed, assaulted by the very guards meant to protect them. You never opened your mouth, not one word. As president, you have failed the Irish people. We need you when we needed you most. And while Irish families are taxed to the hilt, struggling to pay bills and keep a roof over their heads, you send hundreds of millions, nearly €1 billion in foreign aid in other countries. No money or taxes not for our own people. Shame on you, President Connolly. You were elected to stand for Ireland and the Irish. Instead, you've stayed silent while our country is given away. Our children are pushed out. Our protesters are beaten in the streets. Your duty to the Irish nation, not global. Agendas. Speak up now. Demand Ireland and the Irish come first. Our history will remember you as the president who watched your country burn and said nothing.
Yeah, Mick. Smash globalism. Smash it.
The Irish people are watching. We will not forget. We will take our country back. We, the people, are invoking our constitutional right, who governs us, as stated in Article 1 and 6. Now, but I'm going to start with 63 to remind you that this is law. This is law in the land. 63, Article 63 states to us, there is a true copy of An Bunreacht 1937 intact, held as evidence in the Supreme Court. So Article 1, okay, this is the article the government changed in 1939, but this is the true version of it. The Irish nation hereby affirms its inalienable, indefeasible, and sovereign right to choose its own form of government. This is the best part. To determine its relations with other nations. And to develop its life, political, economical, cultural, in accordance with its genius and traditions. That's Article 1 on Bunreacht 1937, the Yellow Book. Article 6. All powers of government, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right? Executive and judicial derive under God from the people whose right it is to designate the rulers of its state, and in final appeal to decide all questions of the national policy according to the requirements of the common good. The powers of the government are exercisable only on the authority of the origin of the state established by the Constitution. The origin of the state are we, the people. Catherine Connolly, we're invoking those two articles of the Constitution, and you now need to dissolve this corrupt, parasitic, globalist government in our country.
Folks, that's the book, the blue book, that they govern us with. To that, I put my foot on. That is the Constitution that we stand under. and with, not what they are pushing on us. You ready for a few words? Here you go, Gil. Oh my God, sure, look at it. You think I don't know that now, do you know?
So what brings us all here? We're looking for the tea! Mrs. Doyle! Mrs. Doyle, where's the tea? I just wanted to say a few words. We heard Martin saying in the Dáil, what is criminal vetting? What is vetting? All of you, if you go for a job in this country, you have to submit through criminal vetting. And if you're employing illegal immigrants without any guard of vetting into working with children, into working in healthcare, in our hospitals, I want to talk about the rise in crime, sexual assaults and rape throughout Ireland. People are living in poverty. People can't afford their heating, they can't afford food. Mammies are going hungry to feed their kids. And we've to all just sit back and take it. This message is to the EU. The government of Ireland does not own Ireland. The people of Ireland own Ireland. Nobody else. And the people have showed time and time again that they will come together and we will fight together. And to use our own army and our own Gardaí that swore an oath to protect the people of this country, to use them against people that had no choice but to pull up because they cannot afford to continue making food for all of us. All of us. They put food on your table every day, and you pepper sprayed and arrested them. Shame on every last one of you.
Shame! Shame!
And I will say, fuck the EU!
Fuck the EU!
That's what we think of you! Fuck the EU!
Fuck the EU!
This is Ireland, not the EU! We recognise no foreign ruler, no foreign laws and no foreign policies.
Never!
Not 1916 and not 2026! The hell with the lot, yeah!
Get it up out of there! Well said! Fair play.
Colin Fagan, where are you? When I went and found him to come back up, I just want to mention a man that's over in Castlebar at the moment, in hospital in Castlebar, and I promised I might mention his name. And he's a true nationalist and a hell of a guy, and that is Corky, or John Callan, as you know. Cork has gone through a bit of a rough time, so on behalf of everybody here, give him a hip hip hooray and help him along. Hi sir, how's it going? It's all yours. I've said my piece, alright? I'm not going to hug the mic.
Go on, Alan.
Alan's coming back up.
Just like to let everybody know as well, this is an open mic. Anybody that's here in the crowd that wants to come up and say a few words, you're more than welcome. You know, there's no there's no censorship here. Everybody has the right to speak.
Thomas Cow there,
we're here representing the Irish people, and if any people in the crowd want to come up, say a few words on their own behalf on how government policy is affecting them and their daily lives, you're more than welcome. What's your name?
It's Alan.
Right, Becky's going to say a few words here now.
Name at the moment. Alan something.
I am an Irish person of this country. My two grandfathers and their forefathers fought for this. They didn't fucking fight for nothing. I am a woman and I am a mother of this country. I've been living homeless in a camp for 6 fucking years. Do the government care? No! Do I care? Yes! Don't fucking stand with them. Stand by yourself if it's only you that you fucking believe in. Stand for what you believe in.
Well said.
Thank you very much. Paul Fitzsimons, would you like to come up? Right, Paul Fitzsimons is going to come up. Paul runs Gale Force Media, and he does a show called The Irish Column, which is on YouTube. He'll tell you a bit more about it himself here.
How are you? It's great. I have to say, it's great to see so many people here today. Fair play to everyone. I wasn't expecting so many. We've a couple of thousand here. Fair play. But what I will say is, I'll just echo what the lad said earlier about Whitegate and everything else.
Not yet.
I went through this in Coolock. My father was pepper sprayed in Coolock, 79 years of age, 2 years ago. By these same lads across here. Now, we'll all probably get arrested for talking about this, like this, you know what I mean? But fuck them. It has to be said. These people are not your friends. These people are not guardians of the peace. These people are protecting those monsters that are in that Dáil. They locked us down for 2.5 years in 2020 and nothing said about it. Nobody held accountable. There's 28,000 excess deaths in this country. Nobody's talking about it because they have RTE bought and nobody's allowed to talk about it. As I said, we set up Gale Force Media. We'll talk about everything. Anything that's going on. Between kids getting abducted in areas, everything that they don't do, we will do. We have to take back the narrative and we have to push this out and let everybody see what's going on in this country. Last week, I stood in my parents' house and my mother and father watch RTE and all the others, but they were talking about the protests. People were thinking it was just a far right. All of us lads who stood up and spoke over the last few years are far right, and it was our fault that we caused all of this, that we did this and we did that. But Middle Ireland now has seen that these people will turn on anyone. It doesn't matter whether it's man, woman or child, no matter where you're from. They will do that. So people, these are not your friends. You hit these in GAA clubs. See, these farmers thought, we'll come up to Dublin, we'll do the protest. They wouldn't listen to people telling them that, listen, these are going to turn on you lads as soon as they get the orders. And that's exactly what they did. They were either naive or stupid. Next time they won't be naive, next time we won't be stupid. Next time we're taking over this whole city and they're gone out of that government. Éireann go bra.
Thanks very much, Paul. I'm going to actually call the next speaker Adele Gillick. Now,
come on, Paul.
I'll just introduce you to Adele. Adele has been founding a group called Wake Up Éire. And from 2020, when the scamdemic started and they started locking us down, Adele was out there on the forefront, and many other people like Barry and other people, Ferg Power, everybody that was involved in the PSYOP, which was the COVID, and then the bioweapon, which was the vaccine. So I'll put Adele on to you there.
Thank you so much, everybody. First of all, a little bit of housekeeping. Sky News are here posing as a patriot journalist. They no longer wear their little emblems.
Where is he?
I'm not picking, I'm just telling people, long lenses. If you don't want to be on Sky News this evening misrepresented, be media aware. Secondly, there's another journalist here from Abu Dhabi, although they're Brazilian, and they're selling their live feed back to Abu Dhabi. So again, guys, the power is with you. You decide if you're going to give these people a minute. Nobody, as far as I'm concerned, is coming here to film Irish people in the worst situations and then send it back to live feeds. She couldn't tell me, I'm not picking, it doesn't matter. She couldn't tell me who was going to edit it, who was the ownership of it, what slant was going to be put on it, and then she tells me I know nothing about the news. I know nothing about Abu Dhabi news. I know about Irish news. RTE is the virus. RTE was always the virus, and RTE always will be the virus. So just for yourselves, take your power back. You do not have to give an interview to anybody. Be the interviewer, not the interviewee. Take control of your own life. Since 2019, Irish people have lost control of their own lives. Take it back. Take it back in your homes. Take it back in your village. Take it back in your town. Take it back in your county. Take it back. This could never have been about diesel. It could never have been about petrol. That was the catalyst, not the catalytic converter. I don't even drive. It was the catalyst. Because the Irish have put up with so much. We have the inherited memories of our generations before.
Yep.
And that's in your heart, and that's in your soul. It could never have been about diesel and saunter off home. It could never have been about that. It was the touch paper and the fire to the touch paper. That's what it was. The diesel put the fire to the touch paper, and nobody is sauntering off home. That's the question. And in the rural communities, if you're still supporting the GAA, who lended their facilities as depopulation centres, and they bust them out to the GAA. If you're in rural Ireland and you won't call them out, you're part of the problem. To the farmers, we support you, but we support everybody that's standing up for this cause. There's people that's here, and I know the people that have been standing since 2019. In fact, they've been standing forever. It was never going to be about just 1 week in Dublin and then saunter off home. Because some people have no homes to saunter off to. Remember that. So, my advice, in good faith, take your power back. Tell these criminals in here, I do not consent. I have never consented, and I never will consent. So I'd ask people, I'm very briefly we're gonna do a little survey, and if your answer is no, or if your answer is yes, did you consent to be called mongrels?
No! They're the fucking mongrels in there!
Did you consent to your borders being flooded? Unvetted? No. Did you consent, because you weren't given all the facts, to your granny being locked down and crawling the walls and begging for company? While Luke O'Neill, Miriam O'Callaghan, they all had a party in RTE. Did you consent?
No!
Did you consent for your children to be called a cat or a dog, or there's no such thing as a woman? Did you consent?
No!
Did you consent? Did you really consent to a trial, gene, therapy? It doesn't matter if you took it, because you weren't told the truth. Did you consent to be a guinea pig for Pfizer? No, I did not consent. Did you consent for people in Dublin and all around this country to be lying on roads while young men lie up all day and laugh at the Irish? Did you consent?
No!
I think it's very clear. The people here, and the people watching, and the people that want to buzz off home, we are not consenting. We never will, until the job is finally done. And to the sneaky media among you, the Irish are no fools. Trust me. And you will find that. You'll soon find that out. So off you go to Sky News and sell your wares and sell your soul, and off you go to Abu Dhabi and send out this message to Abu Dhabi. The Irish are not for sale. God bless you all. God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your friend and my friend, Dáil Éireann. As I said earlier on, folks, I would like each and every one of you to sign your name here on this. Just your name and where you're from. You don't have to put an email, you don't have to do any of that crack. It's not digital ID, so don't worry about it. Alright? And that's another one we got to work on. This whole thing of digital ID coming in, folks, we have to not comply. It is very, very important that we do not comply to digital ID. If we do comply to digital ID, we can forget about it. It's over. So it's that simple. I'm not going down the whole path of why it's over. It's just fucking over. End of conversation. So please, just sign your name, where you're from. You don't have no emails, not just where you're from. And I'll leave that with you folks, all right?
John, has it got to be a signature? Has it got to be block letters?
As we say here, it's an open mic. So anybody that would like to speak, we're not closed for business yet. You can actually put that up through the crowd if you want to, folks. Okay, who've got here?
Sorry, it's gonna go back.
Who are we?
Sorry.
Ashley Cunningham. Dunningham. Where are you from? She's from America, folks. This was a graduating up. Tell you what, you tell the story.
Here they are, they're all putting their signatures,
If you think the people coming
their
down
name and block, whatever they're doing, but all the support that's going on here at the stage.
Pick it out through the crowd.
Class President Ashley Maloney, she's like
Pass it around there.
She's like leader of the EU youth group and all this stuff. I kept my head down. I stayed low. I don't like causing trouble. I don't. I'm gonna sit in the background, sit in the corner. It is. But I said after the riots in 23, I said I was afraid of computer safety.
I'll sign it.
It wasn't about safety.
There you go, Larry.
They said all about
There's all the people that are coming over now to give their names.
They started calling me racist. They started calling me everything in the book.
Okay, you're gonna have to get
I'm with you.
Yeah.
They're against us. They called me every name in the book. Every single complaint I made. No, we can't help you. I went to the exams. I was afraid to go to school. I went to the exams in May, and they harassed me. They literally ran me out of the exams. The students. They kept coming by every 2 minutes saying, "You have a UCD card." So on the first day, I took a sign. I put it on my desk saying, "No UCD card. It's sorted." Now I had a fractured tailbone from a motorcycle accident and a long commute, 2 buses, and I had an exam the next day. I didn't have the book I needed for that one. Okay, I'm just going to call it a loss. I probably didn't pass. That's grand. I want to go home. The invigilator said, "Well, you have to stay an hour." I said, "Well, that's..."
People are hungry to get their name down.
Anyways, he said he was going to write a report for me leaving early. I'm like, okay, that's grand. The next day, I go in there, and that's not what was in the report. Oh my God. The next day I go in there, and the first thing I do is I get a no UCD card signed, it's sorted, put it on the desk. I'm fucking writing away. It's my favorite subject, criminal law. I'm getting to write my opinion. I'm using the Nicholas Mew case. I was screaming at the telly my legal opinion. I'm writing that down as fast as I can. I put my hand up to use the loo. Before I got a chance to finish that thought, little Miss Ponytail came by the right side, took the sign off the desk, did an hour into the exam. Next thing I know, "Do you have your UCD card?" I got up as I had the day before. I got up, went to the invigilators. I went to get up to go to the invigilators again. They ran me out. Get this. Sorry. They told me in the invigilators report that I ripped a lanyard off. All that happened off camera. They lied on the invigilators report. I told them as soon as I found out that was complete bullshit, they needed to get the CCTV. I contacted RDS Simmons Court. I got the CCTV secured, every bit of it. It took 9 months, and they ran me out of school. I know, but it's the same people. It's a law class of 26. Even in the chat, they said that
about the government.
It is, but she's got Ashley Maloney's like to be the Supreme Court and the EU. These are the future leaders.
Okay, folks, listen, thank you. Listen, can we bring that? Sorry, everybody, can we just push these back out through the crowd, please? Yeah, okay.
It's getting a bit.
Okay, folks. Give me a second here. Yeah. Give me a second. No, hang on, sorry. I know. Well, leave one here. Okay, I'm going to leave one of these here and the other one goes out through the crowd, please, because there's people there's media here in front that can't see what's happening. So can everybody just come back off the stage a wee bit and bring that out through the crowd?
Yeah, pass it out.
Okay.
The
Sorry, J-Force Media is still here. Okay, it's been popped out through the crowd. Everybody can sign it. Give it. Don't. I know you don't want to sign that, and it's great, but you know. Alan Fagan, where are you?
Alan Fagan, that's the guy's name who asked earlier.
Bartering to make sure everybody has what they need. That's what we're doing. I would ask that.
There's a big stampede to the front here. Coming from all angles. Hello. You want to get in there and do that sign?
Yes, thank you.
There you go. We'll get out of the way there. You can just go.
Alan Fagan, stage.
Alan Fagan, stage.
Can we all move back from the stage, please, folks? Please. That's all I ask you to do. One at a time, please.
Hello, my name is Jess Hennessy.
Oh, he's going to get on and belt it.
For the Irish people.
Yeah.
I believe
He's going to spit
in
venom now in a few minutes.
They over there do not. They are there for the wage, the big wage. Why don't we say cap their wages? And like all of us, a performance review yearly on how they're doing their job. We have to do it. Why can't they?
Thank you. What's your name?
Jess Hennessy.
Put your name. Hold on.
There we go now.
I know you want. I know. I'm not ignoring it by any means of form. I never do. I never do.
Let him speak.
We know that. Know that. Give me a second. I've had the mic for long enough.
Drop the attitudes and just fucking get on with it, will you? Just walk away, John.
You've been aware of what's happened in the last 5 years. I won't go into the Irish stuff, you know all that. But it's where you are today. And this is more a message about the Irish where they are today and that they haven't turned up. I'll be really fast.
Not my government.
This is going right across Europe. They're taking control of everything. They're taking control of food and they're going to break you. They're bringing in the digital ID, they're attaching it to the social services card. You're not going to be able to eat. Under pandemic, under climate change, and under war, they're bringing this in. They're going to collapse you all. The people that they're bringing in,
yeah, Paul.
They're going to be moved. They'll be moved into military barracks. It's the same in England. It has to be seen as what it is. They're going to collapse you. They're going to get total control of the food, total control of the currency. They're going to get total control. They're going to put you into a concentration camp, a 5K concentration camp. Oxford today, they're banning cars. This oil so-called shortage isn't, there's no oil shortage. We don't get oil from Iran. It all comes under climate, the war and pandemic. And under those excuses, they're going to take you down. 0.4, 99.96%. 0.04 of 1% is the carbon in the atmosphere. It's no emergency. But they need to do it, and they're going to do it under excuse. So to all the people that didn't turn up, you better turn up. And you better turn up fast. Because we're going heading into this for 6 years. And it's a 2030 agenda. And also, Ireland is down as a corporation. It's listed as a corporation on Dun and Bradstreet. And Leo Varadkar is the CEO of Ireland, the corporation. So, anyway, that's all I've got to say. Except the Irish people really need to stand up. And right across Europe, you're going to see everything collapsed and total control. But they're going to go for food. Food is going to go next. And with the oil, they're going to be able to collapse everything. They're going to ruin all businesses, try to make people be dependent on them, and then they've got the control. So that's what they're doing at the moment. They're trying to destroy the last of the businesses, the freedoms, the independence, and that's what they're trying to do at the moment. So, I mean, to all the Irish people who didn't turn up, you need to wake up, because this is a fight, and the only way you're going to win it is to fight. If you are quiet, you're going to be trodden on. They're coming for everything you are. And that's all I got to say.
Thanks, Carl.
How are you doing, folks? I'm just going to make this short and sweet, but I wanted to take a moment to acknowledge the silent cries in Ireland of the children who are living in state care. And I myself, as somebody who's been in the care system, who was sent to live with people who are alcoholics, who battered me and mentally abused me, all the while I got no help from the Irish government, the Irish police or anything else like it. And I just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge that, because it seems to be hidden within the media. And all of these people you see on the streets, a lot of them are people who have been failed by the system, who haven't got the voice or the fucking power to speak up about the stuff that they've been through. I've spoken to so many fucking people, girls, boys, who have been fucking raped, abused and battered and thrown back out onto the fucking street of the country to become addicts and not have a fucking voice to speak up for themselves. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to be a voice for them and let them know that the cries are not in fucking vain, because we have their fucking back. The government doesn't have their back, but we fucking do. We know what's going on, and it can't be allowed to go on anymore while we try to look after everybody else. We have to fucking fix the broken systems that we have in place at the moment and protect the most vulnerable in Irish society, protect the children and protect their fucking futures.
During the water protests, they called us terrorists. Now who's the terrorists? They're turning our own army and our own guards against us. They cannot be left get away with this. We cannot stop. We have to keep the pressure on, lads. Get them out! Get them out!
Okay, folks, we have a couple of A4 notebooks up here for people to sign their signature, and this will be forwarded on to Oris on Uachtaráin. Now, what we have and what we need to be doing going forward is, when there's a protest called in your own community, attend it. I know there's at least a dozen people here today from Drogheda, and that's a good crowd after coming from Drogheda, travelling up on their own coin, and we appreciate that. And we appreciate people that came from Cork, from Limerick, from Kildare, from every part of this country. And you know, we were called names, we were vilified, we were called far right, biggest racist. We're neither of any of the three of them. All we are is nationalists with pride in our nation. You know, when Ireland are playing a soccer match, it's okay to hang a tricolour because it's not racist then. But if you're having a demonstration against the government, you have an Irish flag, you are a racist. So this is the labelling. And the labelling is coming from the far right, or sorry, from the left-wing media, as regards calling us far right. When they say there was a rally in Dublin today, it was a far-right rally, and there were far-right agitators at it. But yet, when people before Profit and Sinn Féin and Labour have something across the damn gates, it's left-wing activists. So we're not allowed to be activists, we have to be agitators. But I don't mind being an agitator, because an agitator's a storer, and we will store the pot until it overflows, and we get them treacherous government and treacherous opposition out of that building, and we get people in who actually care about the other people in their country. The nationalist pride that we need to bring back into this country has been lost, and it's getting lost through the indoctrination of the children in the schools. The school and the education system is making our young fellas effeminate. They're effeminate. An effeminate man is not going to be able to protect his wife and his family, if he ever has one. An effeminate man is weak, and I don't care about saying that. I grew up and I went through the school of hard knocks. I spent most of my life as a fisherman, and like I said last week, I know what it's like to start your week's work and you're 18 or 19 grand in the hole between diesel and food, and you go out there, that engine does not stop running for 12 or 14 days at a time, and that's burning 36 to 38 litres an hour. And that's where it is. They've put the quotes that tight on the Irish fishing industry that there's no living now. There's large boats up in Sligo, Donegal, and they fish herring and mackerel, and they're down to about 6 or 8 weeks fishing a year. That boat is tied up for 10 months a year, and that has to be maintained for 10 months before they can actually go out and earn any money off it again. So the farmers have it bad, the hauliers have it bad, the bus companies have it bad, and the fishermen have it bad, and the working PAYE worker in this country has it as bad as they ever had, especially after the last budget.
Yeah, but
there was money given to people that don't work. There was money taken off people that do work. So how does it make sense? Make it make sense, because those people in that building there, they can't make sense nor head nor tail of anything. They haven't even got a fucking clue what their own jobs is. They jump from department to department, never known. Simon Harris, or Simple Simon we call him. Simon was the Minister for Health during the cervical smear failures. When women died, mothers died, children lost mothers, husbands lost wives, brothers lost sisters, and sisters lost sisters. And that was all on his watch. Leo Varadkar, supposed to be a doctor, couldn't handle the Department of Health, so he ran from it as quick as he could. And now he's gone across the US. He's working in different universities, talking the usual load of bollocks that he talked here. So all he's doing is change his geographical location. He's on about 300 grand a year or more. And Pascal O'Donoghue, who screwed the country with every consecutive budget that he did, the only people that ever benefit from a Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael budget is Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael donors. And that's the only ones that benefit. The working man does not benefit. I said when the Ukrainians started coming here, we had a shortage of teachers in our education system. There was a shortage of guards along the commuter belt. I said if we can give €800 to keep a Ukrainian in accommodation, why not give the nurses, the teachers, and they did even mention the guards, €800 of a supplement towards their rent so that they can actually live and work on the commuter belt. But no, all that's happened since is we have Ukrainians going home for holidays when they're supposed to be fleeing a war. We the Ukrainians here that live 1,000 kilometres away from where that war is. That's a regional conflict. It'd be like Wexford or Wicklow going to war with Wales. And that's the reality of it. The country was never a full invasion. It never happened. And that war started back in 2012 or 2014, when for 8 years the Ukraine army bombed Russian-speaking people living in the east and the southeast of the country.
Correct.
And that's where it started. And if you look at any mainstream media around 2014, talking about Ukraine, they were talking about how corrupt it was. Children are being trafficked. Human organs are being sold. There's murders over there. Helen McEntee goes and hands 40 million to Zelensky when his number 2 is under investigation for over 100 million going missing. We could have done with that money. We only need 9.7 million for the 335 young children with scoliosis. Less than 10 million. There is no will in this government to put those children's lives right.
Well, they have to go.
You know, and they won't do it. And they didn't do it. And we saw that young chap last year, God bless him, who lost his battle against scoliosis. He was twisted up, Harvey was twisted up that bad that he couldn't get a breath into his lungs. And this government knew about it. And Simon Harris said a few years ago, no child with scoliosis will wait more than 2 years for his operation. There's children dying because Simon Harris is a fucking liar. Every time you see a politician's lips moving, you know they're telling lies. They just filibuster. They think we're all fucking stupid. We're far from stupid.
And the guillotine.
And you have the Gardaí with barriers there. If we were Labour, Sinn Féin, or people before profit, we'd be over in front of them gates. But no, we're not good enough to cross that road in the government's eyes. But again, I would like to reiterate, there's books up here to be signed. We'd appreciate if everybody could sign it that's here. And I would like to wholeheartedly thank everybody for coming here and supporting this today, and for supporting the truckers and the hauliers and the farmers last week. And I'm just going to do a minute's silence for that young man that couldn't take any more, and this world was no longer for him. So if we could have a minute's silence, we'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. The unfortunate thing is that I don't want to bring a downer on this, but over the next months, there'll be probably many more minutes of silence that we'll be doing at different protests. And that's the unfortunate thing that that government has put on us. But remember one thing, that's our flag. Be proud of yourself. I want each and every one of you, every morning when you get up, look in the mirror, look at yourself, and say, I'm fucking proud of you. You're Irish, and you're standing up for what you want. Not just what you want, but what you deserve. That's our flag, and no parasites from Europe or beyond will ever take that flag away from me or from you. Now go back to this petition here. The petition will be, it's gone out to the whole lot of people, and anybody has to sign it, please do. I will also ask each and every one of you over the next week or 2 weeks, at any more protest that you might be asked, just get a cruise copy like this, get people to sign their name and where they're from. Get in contact with me, and I will give you my address and you can send it to me. I will then be forwarding all that on our letter to the lady, who use that phrase very loosely, up in St. Phoenix Park. All this will be monitored through, and I've talked to this man already, all this will be monitored through Paul here in Gale Force Media.
Hey Rob.
Any answer or any reply I will get will go through Paul in Gale Force Media. It's the only media that we have right now. We need a large media like the one over in England that comes over here to us now and again and puts our cause across. But we need something like that here. We need a multimillionaire to come in here and get a TV studio so that we can get our narrative out there. Because we're being quashed by the fucking likes of RTE and all the other channels like that. Paul tells me here that if there is any millionaires out there, he takes Revolut. Fucking Paul, so do I. And last but not least, to the gentleman that gave us this podium, this stage, Peter, we're endeavour indebted to you, sir. And anybody that wants to But if you pop up to Peter and his calls and what he's doing here for us, feel free, it's up to you. Alright? If anybody else wants to take the back, Pascal's going to... Okay, give me 1 second. Give 1 second and then gone. Anybody wants to get in contact with me and get in contact with me through the Risen People on Facebook, you'll see it. It's an inkwell and a phoenix rising from the ashes, because I believe that the pen is mightier than the sword. And that is what is our icon is. Or you can get in contact with myself directly on Facebook, John Malloy on Facebook, or whatever other way you want to. Or indeed through Paul or whatever. Alan, sorry, thank you. You're an absolute trooper. You're a beacon of knowledge. And this man gets on the phone to me at 11 o'clock at night, and we probably talk to maybe 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. All sorts of stuff, political and non-political, and so on. And we've both poured our heart out to each other over the years, to where we've been as kids, growing up, and what's been done to us, and now we're stronger because of it. And to each and every one of you out there, I am deeply, deeply humbled. Thank you. Pascal.
Here's Pascal.
I just want to say this, do you know they're not our government? They were not elected by the people. The electoral committee said 3 days after the election that they got in by 500,000 votes. They sent out mistakenly. They sent out mistakenly. Oh, sorry. No, I just want to let the people know. They're not our government. They weren't elected by the Irish people. They got in by 500,000 votes, and by the electoral committee turned around and said 3 days after the election that they sent out 500,000 votes by a mistake. Now they said it in the smoke. So how the name of God can they be elected at the Irish people?
Yeah, and anyway.
The people under the Dublin Agreement, we know who to look after these illegal immigrants, illegal invaders. Under the Dublin, we and Denmark are only 2 countries in Europe that have a clause that says we have an opt-out clause. These bastards never told us that they give us a referendum that we have. Remember the treaty that he made us sign? Yeah, well, he said
Irish Republic.
You refused to vote.
Yeah, right.
And said we give you an opt-out clause, but you haven't got the balls to tell the people. That's what was meant. We should have got a new election and a vote. We've no right and we've no authority. They know it's hard to win this meeting without the people getting an election, getting a referendum going. I'll tell you a bit now, but listen, they're not our government. They shouldn't be in that office. They're in that office by default. 500,000 votes sent out legally. Like they said there was a mistake. Come on, do you believe that? Do you believe that? How can they represent the Irish people then? They're a share of spineless bastards. These are hypocritical fucking liars. Traitors, every fucking one. And for the Irish army and the Irish police, they took a fucking oath. Stand by the people. They swore, to protect the Irish. You're a fucking coward. Every fucking one of us. And he's a die fucking roaring. And we the Irish people, don't forget this, remember that. We won't fucking forget. We can tell you our fucking head. But the Irish people will never be fucking beaten. The Brits fought it for fucking 800 years. They didn't take us out. And you don't know, certainly not going to take us out. You just made a fucking mistake taking on the Irish people. You can laugh, I just fucking won't. But we won't forget. We have a long fucking memory and you know that. You don't know you're fucking history. Good night, God. There's not enough people turned out. Everybody in fucking Ireland should have turned out here. And God bless Ireland. And never be afraid to say, you're Irish. We're Irish and we're the best in the fucking world. We went away to work. We built countries. We were fucking sent, thumbs was cut out, names was taken out. If you had it unknown name, a final, I was taken out of her. We always the Catholic, and we didn't get a job. Let's continue to the British world, fucking hate the British estates have done this to us. They're the biggest bastards in the world. They're the cause of what's going on in this world, because they are. But thank God this is.
Alright, I want the mic.
Well, lads, I won't do a speech today. A lot of people have said to me, I'm motivating people, what should we do next? We need an investigation into everything. The pandemic, the trade pandemic, we need to chase the bank accounts, we need to investigate Tulsa, bring back every single gun missing child in this country. It's a disgrace. It boils my blood. Everything must be and will be investigated, and we have no future if we don't. We have to clean up this country, this mess, before we can move forward. Okay? Thank you.
Yeah, they're still signing it. They're all lined up here. Yes, Tinker.
We're on the one road.
I'm not getting on the mic. Bollocks. I only go through gates. I don't do talking. Action.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to reiterate, thank you all very much for coming. We're going to just end the protest here, and we will have more. Keep an eye out in your local communities for anybody that's organised that, and go and support them. You know, I've been out with 12 people looking like a right gobshite on the corner, and I've been out with thousands of people not looking like as much of a gobshite on the corner. But you know, we need to support each other in your local community, or whoever your activists in your local community are. When they call something, go and support them, because that's what we need. Feet on the street in every town and village, supporting this anti-government stance that they forced us into. None of us was against the government until they went against us. So that's the simple bottom line. But thank you all very much for coming. Éireann go bra, love you all, and God bless you, and safe journey home. Thank you.
Hold on, sorry guys. Here we go, good. I'm just going to break you, and I'll be with you. Be with you now, Trish. I'll be back.
You know what? It's so outdated. We need to kick in the hole to say that this country is better than what these assholes in here are doing to us. They're robbing us every second of every fucking day, and we don't know that until they stepped out. And you know what? Even the younger generation, myself, I'm 20, I'm disappointed the younger generation hasn't had to step out with this. But I'm doing
thanks, CST.
Everyone in the younger generation to get out here and support all the other people that are doing it. One campaign. We step out on these streets. Because you know what? We'll have the voice of the next generation. Everyone here is not going to be able to do it forever. So call out everyone who's my age or even younger. Step out into these streets. This is your country as well. You have to know something. Our ancestors done the hardest work to fight off the English when they were here. We have to do it of our own. Who are against us every step of the way.
Let's finish it up now. How did that go on for? 2 hours.
We need to stop that from happening. This is a great country.
So everybody, nice one for coming in. Thanks for supporting the chat. Getting rid of the trolls. Great to see us all in there. There's the last cheer from Molesworth Street. We'll just back away from it. This is the usual dog man. We'll try and stay positive, as we just witnessed last week. So things are fucking happening and changing. But who's running it? Us as a movement, or the system just fucking playing us all against each other and wanting us to fucking run amok. Thanks all. Have a great day. We'll see you all later. DCRoams out. Scumbags.
Thank you, folks.